What's up, everybody? It's the Power Rankings Podcast, aka the Power Rankings Show. I'm your host, Elliot Harrison. I'm pleased to be joined with a veteran football writer now, at Marcus_Mosher. Hello, sir.
What makes you a veteran and not just a rookie? Like, how many years do I have to put in?
I would say you're like Mark Sanchez starting the 2010 AFC Championship game right now. You're second year guy.
I need a great supporting cast around me to be successful.
Yeah, training wheels haven't quite been taken off yet.
Enjoy a good hot dog every once in a while.
Yeah, but you're sneaking through the postseason.
That's fine.
With a little help of a cookie-bellied Sean Ellis chasing Tom Brady around, you're doing great. I think the guy had like 3 sacks in that game. I probably shouldn't say anything.
Good player.
Very good player. Liked him a lot. So you were more of a Mike DeVito guy, I think. So great start to the podcast here. Picks Wednesday.
If we're going to talk about Cookie Belly, can I just say the ultimate Cookie Belly was Tully Banta-Cain for the Patriots. One of my favorite players ever.
We didn't even mention him on our great football names. Remember our great football names?
Yeah.
Good stuff. All the halcyon days of Igor Olshansky. Okay, so former Charger, former Cowboy. We're going to do some picks today. By the way, if you haven't checked on Marcus's latest writing, he just ranked the corner backs, as in DBs, for ProFootballFocus.com. It's up right now, isn't it?
It'll be up on Thursday.
I'll be up on Thursday.
Yep.
Anthony Brown did not make number 1.
Shocker. It's a disappointing season for him.
But Terrence Newman appeared on the list just because even at like 45 years old, he can probably still play. How old would Terrence Newman be now, Marcus? Come on, wait.
He's got to be
45, 43.
No, I'm gonna fact check it, but he's got to be like 41. No, right?
He's 40. He is 45 because he's turned
44.
24.
He's 44,
and he's gonna be 45. Okay, yeah. I love Terrence.
That's how ages work.
Yeah, that's how they work. I loved it when Newman and Anthony Henry, the corners, they wore 41 and 42. I thought, oh, that's so cool. I nerd out over football numbers. I still think it's cool that Pierce wears 31 for the Texans. Okay, we're done with that. Another topic, I didn't even want to talk about this today before we get to the picks, but it's been in the news quite a bit. Shockingly, if you guys have not seen some of the more I don't know, what would you call it? It's like 5th down in the headline stack, probably in football news. But J.C. Tretter, Cleveland Browns offensive lineman, he's NFLPA president, I believe, the Players Association president, isn't he? No?
Yeah, he doesn't play for the Browns anymore, but
former Browns, sorry.
Yeah.
Did I say Browns?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Non-current Browns offensive lineman, J.C. Tretter. Anyway, he wrote a letter to the league. Let's see. Matt Stafford's wife has definitely talked about this. Aaron Rodgers has chimed in on this. I'm trying to think if someone more prominent also chimed in on it. I can't remember now. But those are 3 that come to mind right away. Matt Stafford, but Matt Stafford's wife was advocating for Cooper Kupp. And basically what they're saying, what they're complaining about, and what they're harassing or haranguing the league about is player safety, which the league says is its priority about the field surfaces. Now, again, this has not been the top news in football, so don't feel bad if you haven't seen this, but it kind of has been lingering now for, I'd say, 2 weeks. And it's interesting to see where this is going to go. Now, you were telling one of our producers over at Brinks that you don't think any of the stadiums will actually change from field turf to grass, which is what the players, and I guess the players' wives, want. Why do you think that?
First of all, I think they like the looks of the artificial turf. When you see it visually at the stadium or on TV, it just looks better than natural grass. And on top of that, you can replace it easier. You can have other events on it. And if you're like AT&T Stadium, the Cowboy Stadium, it's just a lot cheaper to do the artificial turf, and then you can do concerts on it, and you don't have to worry about it deteriorating as the season goes on. You can do high school football. You can do college games. That's why I don't see teams moving on from it anytime soon.
I would argue the point that it looks better. I mean, I don't think where Tampa plays would look better with field turf. I think grass does look really good in some of the stadiums. back when they started going to turf more often, there were some stadiums where the grass looked awful. One that comes to my mind instantly was Baltimore Colts before they moved to Indy. The grass was always yellow, like literally it was a yellow dirt field. And so it was a big, the Indianapolis Colts played at the Hoosier Dome. I don't know if you know this, Indiana University used to play there, Marcus. I know you're not a college football guy. On your point, it does look better on TV, but I think really wouldn't it be more about the revenue? Because you don't want your grass field to take a beating. And if you can get other teams and other things to use your field, it's more concession money and all those kinds of things for you. All those ancillary stadium revenues. And I've been using some SAT words already on this podcast. I don't know if you caught halcyon, but feel free to look that one up. I disagree with you on the point that it's not going to change, though, because how can Roger Goodell get out in front of the media, especially right before the Super Bowl when he kind of does his State of the Union for the NFL, and field that question and with a straight face say, no, we are all about player safety. It's our first concern. The first follow-up question from a reporter is going to be, you have your most veteran players like Aaron Rodgers saying that you're being hypocritical here with your field services, and it's not good for player safety. And you've been the subject of 2 lawsuits about it. How can you sit there and say that this is the safest thing for players? How does he answer that question?
I mean, this is what Roger Goodell is paid to do, is to lie in front of the media and just be a human meat shield for the NFL owners, right? I mean, he'll give an answer. Oh, our studies have shown that there's not a big difference, and blah, 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 blah. And we know that it's wrong, and we know that it's a lie. But after he gets done doing that press conference and after a day of news, nobody's going to care anymore, because this is just what happens.
Well, what is depressing.
I mean, it's the truth, though, right? I'm not lying.
Yeah, it is. I can't handle the truth. I know you've never seen that movie. It's okay. Don't even. We don't need Ben. Yes, that's a great. Please tell me you like that movie and that you've seen it.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is not bad in that movie.
It's not bad, huh? All right, cool.
Almost as good as Cocktail.
Almost as good as yeah. What is we need to, at the end of this podcast, I'm going to get your top 3 Tom Cruise movies. For now, though, want to finish this point so we can get to our picks. First point being that I think. Well, did you happen to read the attorney for the Broncos player that is suing the league? Yes. His comment was right on the money, where he said, when you're covering cable cords with a mat that you could buy at whatever he said, a Walmart for, I mean, that's essentially what they do.
Correct.
And they do it for a better viewing experience for all of us at home and so on and so forth. They have to cover the cables. You wonder how all this stuff gets done. But at the end of the day, I was reading his statement. I was going, and if I was a member of the jury, I would absolutely side with the player in this instance. I think the other thing too, I don't know that as fans we really care about seeing field turf. It may look better on TV, but don't you think most fans actually really enjoy natural elements games? I know I do. You were just talking about going to if the Bills get 6 feet of snow. I don't know.
I think there's a difference. I think
Marcus Mosher as a viewer.
Yeah, I think teams like to see the elements. I don't think they like to see sloppy fields, because it just becomes bad football. And if there's bad footing, it leads to interceptions and fumbles. I think what we like to see is snow and rain and all that kind of stuff. But no, I don't think people enjoy muddy fields.
My second point on this real quick. I'd love to talk to one of these. There's a guy that does a show. He's a sports med doctor about football injuries. And I've told you this before, just because a guy doesn't get hurt at that time does not mean that the surface isn't affecting his body. So yes, maybe the injuries are the same on a grass field and a field turf, but we don't know about the lingering effects. And my guess is just deductive reasoning. There's far more lingering injury problems from playing either on field turf or AstroTurf. I know that Dan Deerdorf had said, as he got later in life, he said, you have to remember, he goes, we were practicing at Busch Stadium, which was in St. Louis Cardinals, on AstroTurf 3 or 4 days a week, plus playing the game. That's a lot of wear and tear. If you ever played street ball and you're just concrete, just when you're a kid, you know what that was like. So, when you had that one neighbor, Larry, who didn't want you to be on his yard because he just had Kimlon come out or something. So you guys had to play in the street. I know you don't have that problem because y'all have like 180,000 acres out there. Yeah. Anyway, where Marcus lives. Marcus
play a blacktop.
Yeah. Marcus grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. That's why he had a Jamarcus Russell fathead.
$1 at Sal Val.
Yes. Okay. So what do we got on the picks docket? Let's go.
All right. First game. Actually, a fun Thursday night game. It's the Tennessee Titans against the Green Bay Packers. Packers 3-point favorites.
I like the spread here. I think it's fair. Give Green Bay the home field 3 points and give them nothing else. But I like Green Bay in this game only because of the Titans injury situation.
Yes.
Although the formula Green Bay used to beat Dallas ain't going to work in this game. They're going to have to make plays in the passing game. That's why I think Christian Watson busting out last week was really important for the team.
I agree. I like the Packers -3 this week. I think they take care of business at home. Next game.
Yeah.
Bears at Falcons. Actually, kind of a sneaky fun game. I wouldn't even call it.
Oh, Marcus froze on us. Look out. No, he was right in the middle of making a great point. Can I tell you, all of you guys, Marcus loves Marcus Mariota football. If there's one guy Marcus loves to watch in the NFL, it's Marcus Mariota. So since he's frozen, I'm going to go ahead and predict what I think he's going to pick. He's going to take Chicago on the road. I don't know the spread for this game. There you are. I was just speaking for you. I was telling all of our listeners and viewers how much you love watching Marcus Mariota. I think you're going to pick the Bears here, but I don't know the spread. I know you're going to pick the Bears outright, though.
So Falcons 3-point favorites in this game. I'll take the Bears +3.
You like the Bears outright?
I do.
I do too. What about Khalil Herbert?
He's out for the season.
Yeah, that's so.
You want to guess the total? You want to guess the total for this game because you're going to be shocked.
I will. I just wanted to say real quick, David Montgomery has not been as effective as Herbert this year. Does that concern you at all?
A little bit. I think those two worked well together. So not having Herbert's a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, Herbert was on pace for about 1,100 yards rushing this year. David Montgomery is a good physical back, and of course Justin Fields can run. It'll be interesting. Okay, total on this game has got to be low. My first inkling was 42.5, but I actually think that's too high. I'm going to go 39.5.
50.
No way.
50.
I take the under all day. That is, by the way, the farthest I've ever been off on a total ever. Did that surprise you?
Yeah. I thought that would be like a clean 44.5. 50 is a lot.
So I thought 42.5, but then I thought the way Vegas has been adjusting lately that they would bring it way down. And I went in the wrong direction. You and I were both way too low. I take the under all day. I'd rather take the under on this game than to take the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Next one. Browns at Buffalo. This is an 8-point spread.
Feels about right. I would feel, especially with the weather conditions, I'd feel a little hesitant to take Buffalo here. I'll take Buffalo outright. I'd walk away from this line.
I agree. Again, 72 to 80 inches of snow projected between now and Sunday afternoon. I think that's just stay away. Honestly, that's just way too much unknown, and weird things happen in the snow. So
after watching the Patrick Peterson interception, I mean, he had 2 in the red zone against Josh Allen. Do you think there's more to that elbow than maybe he's being led on here?
No, it's the same mistake that Josh Allen's made throughout his entire career. I don't think we can just blame the elbow because he had an interception.
Fair comment. I like to get your quick hot takes because when you volunteer your hot takes, I don't like them.
That's fine.
Okay, next one.
Eagles at Colts. Eagles 6.5-point favorites on the road here.
Makes sense. I don't know what the Colts are right now, Marcus. I have a feeling they're going to play for Jeff Saturday, and the Eagles can't fart around, quite frankly, here. But they're such a better team than Indianapolis.
I agree.
And I worry. I don't worry. I'm not really that concerned. I'm much more concerned about my Jeep repairs. But it would concern me as a Colts fan to see my offensive line go up against what's going to be an extremely motivated Eagles front, particularly Brandon Graham. You froze again. Marcus, so if you guys don't know, Marcus lives in rural Pennsylvania. And when we do these video casts, his Wi-Fi like literally bottoms out on him all the time. So we apologize, which is, by the way, one of the reasons why Marcus was against Amazon doing the Thursday night games, because in areas, so many Americans live in areas like Marcus does, and they can't get fast enough Wi-Fi. I was just telling everybody that this is the reason you don't like Amazon right here doing the Thursday night game. This is case in point. But go ahead. I borrowed your cowardliness and cowardice and didn't make a pick here.
That's fine. To just mention, as we're recording this podcast, we're just getting dumped on with snow. Like we're expected like 1.5 inches of snow per
That's
hour.
right. I'll cover for you.
That's fine.
I've been incredibly talented covering for you.
I think the Eagles are going to win, but I'm staying away from that spread. That's just too many points. Next game,
home/cheese.
All right. Lock of the week. Ready? Jets at Patriots. Patriots are 3-point favorites. Give me the Patriots all day long to cover that spread.
There's our lock of the week graphic.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. Tacos.
I want to say Zach Wilson in his career, he's played 3 games against New England, 2 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, passer rating of 50.
You know, you can't do this to me. Because what you do to me is you get me jazzed about a team, which you have consistently tried to do on the Jets. And then when I start, creeping there and I'm like, yeah, maybe I'll make them an upset pick. You're like, there's no way you can do it. But I agree. I couldn't agree more. Let's talk over under on this game. This has got to be another low one, dude. If Vegas did a 50 on this, I swear you need to lay $10,000 on it right now. I'm going to go on this one 42.5.
Still a little high, 38 for this game.
I'm all over the map right now. When have I ever missed by 10 and 4.5 points on guessing totals ever?
That's a tough one because in my brain, when I was picking this game, I was thinking like 24-14, which puts you right at 38. It's a stay away for me on the spread, on the total.
You know what worries me is something you always talk about with the low totals. It's one thing to bet on a 38 total when you're dealing with quarterbacks that aren't going to turn the ball over. But I don't trust Zach Wilson to not turn the ball over against New England. Pick 6 and you're done. Your bet's gone.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Next game, the one
that I wouldn't bet on that. That's my point, everybody. Do not bet on that total. And Marcus froze again. It's going to be like this. Marcus told me in Buffalo that they're expecting, Marcus is not in Buffalo. He's an hour from Buffalo, but they're expected to get 6 feet of snow by Sunday in Buffalo. And I think in Marcus's area, which is in northern Pennsylvania, I always forget exactly where on the map his town is. They're supposed to get something very similar to that. So he had to go buy snow tires for his wife today because I was just telling people, just expect a lot of dump outs from you. Aren't you guys? I always forget. Are you in northern Pennsylvania?
Yeah, northwestern Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where I always screw up. Okay.
But about an hour south of Buffalo. Next
right.
Game.
Are y'all getting 6 feet also?
Yeah, we're expected to get somewhere between 5 and 6 feet. And it's all happening right now. So
all right. Don't worry. I have a lot of hair. I've got some Harrison Ford hot takes and stuff for when you dump out.
That's fine.
Next game.
A game that I don't want to watch at all. Rams at Saints. Saints 4-point favorites.
Okay, this is another game's got to have a super, super low total. Saints are 6-point favorites because Cooper Kupp's not playing and they're at home. You said 4-point favorites.
4-point favorites.
Man, I might be inclined to take the Saints, even though it's 4. That's a tough one. I think I'm more curious about the total with no Cooper Kupp. The way Andy Dalton's been playing, I can't imagine Vegas put a lot of points on the total here. First of all, what do you think of the spread?
There's no way you can justify betting Saints -4 in this game. What the Saints scored 10 points last week.
I can't justify betting anything on the Rams right now.
I know, but at least you're getting points though, right?
True. You're getting 4. That makes it, if it were 3, there's no way I would even consider anything. 4, I still don't want, I think this is a walk away. I want to know what the total is so that I can bet the under.
39.
And I can't bet the under on that. Dang it.
It's Man, if I would have told you like 2 years ago, hey, Rams Saints 39, you would have said, oh, is that the first half total?
Right.
Nope. Nope.
You guys that listen to us all the time, y'all know I like betting the under. I really, Marcus hates it. I like it. But there are times where you just can't do it because Vegas that's why I'm shocked that Chicago Atlanta is 50.
50. It's ridiculous.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Let's go next game.
Next game. This is a true Elliot Harrison special. It is the Detroit Lions against the New York Giants. Giants, are you ready?
Yeah.
3-point favorites in this game.
Ooh, I'm shocked at that. Okay, 2 questions for you on this one. Number one, little truth serum. Will you admit this would probably be one of your 3 games that you're watching in the early window? Admit it. You think this is a fun game. I know you do. You're going to act you don't because you want to poo-poo the Lions and Giants.
I'll keep an eye on it, but no, my games are going to be Browns, Bills, Eagles, Colts, Jets, Patriots.
You hate the Colts.
I do.
You're sick of the Browns. You told me you didn't want to watch any more Browns football.
I've never bet against
that is exactly what you said.
Yeah, but as a lifelong Bills fan, I have to watch my team.
You speak out of 8 sides of your mouth, much less 2. Okay, and my second question for you is, do you think this should be Giants more like -5.5 or something, or -4.5?
I agree, which is why I'm going to take the Giants -3 and not overthink it.
Me too. And I think the Lions are doing a really good job as of late. I'd love to see the Lions sneak a win here, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that'd be awesome, right? Before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you want it for the Cowboys. Momentum. I want it for Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I also want the Lions to have just a little bit of positive momentum going into that Bills game on Thanksgiving. So,
oh yeah, that'd be rad. Okay, next game.
Panthers at Ravens. Panthers 12-point underdogs in this game.
I apologize everybody for Marcus popping his peas. He's a big fan of that.
That's fine.
Put your money where your mouth is. Is there any world in which a game that Baker Mayfield has already been announced as the starter, you'd put money on the Panthers in this game?
Yeah, I would.
Given that it's 12 points.
I would. That's a lot of points. I don't trust Baltimore to cover that spread at all. So yeah, I think I would take the Panthers +12 here.
Here's one reason I think you can. I know everybody poo-poos Baker Mayfield, okay? And maybe we need an adult playing quarterback, as Marcus likes to say. But don't you think this is kind of a career game for him? I think this might be the biggest start of his career.
He needs
that
to look
in
competent.
the Pittsburgh playoff game.
He needs to look competent in this game, right?
He really does. I'd probably be more inclined to go Carolina than other people would, just like yourself, than I would to take Baltimore with that 12 points. The total on this game, I think, is too hard to predict because of the Baker Mayfield factor. And how's Baltimore's secondary going to play? Right. I don't care. What is the total just for out of curiosity?
41.5.
Actually, I'd be more inclined to go the over on that, but this is one it's just too unsure for me.
Yep. All right, next game.
Yeah.
Commanders at Texans. Commanders 3.5-point road favorites.
I hate those 3.5s.
Mm-hmm.
I hate them so much. But I think Washington's going to win this game, and I'd feel more inclined to think Washington would win by 4 than Houston's going to do something. So I'm going to take Washington here.
I'm going to take the Texans to cover that spread. I'll take the Commanders to win, but the Texans to cover the spread.
Coward.
Yeah.
You just want the Commanders to lose.
I know. Next game. Raiders at Broncos. I have to cover this game, but I'm not going to be watching it. Broncos, 2.5-point favorites at home.
I need to ask you something. I hate to circle back on you, but I really don't mind because this game is complete garbage. And before the season, this looked like, oh man, what a cool game. Yeah. This was a really important game last year because I believe this was the game, Rich Bisaccia's first game as head coach of the Raiders, wasn't it? Raiders at Broncos.
Yep.
And the Raiders went and got a pretty big road win. I got to circle back though. There hasn't been an official announcement that Heineke's starting this week, right? Didn't your favorite head coach kind of brush that one off yesterday?
I don't think he has to, right? It's like I don't have to announce every week that I'm going to be watching football to my wife on Sunday. It's just a given, right?
Is Ron Rivera only ahead of Lovie Smith in terms of coaches dear to your heart?
I actually told somebody today that I'd rather have Ron Rivera than Mike Tomlin. So make of that what you will.
That's one of the takes that I was warning you guys about. That's when we could use a freeze from the snow on the Wi-Fi. Okay, Raiders, Broncos. Broncos are favored by 2.5. They're at home. We've always talked about Vegas. Typically, you figure about 3 points for the home team. So basically, they're saying the Raiders are a half point better. I don't know that I could get behind that.
Nope.
This to me is another game that's a total walk away. This is another game that should have a super low total. How do you have faith in either offense right now? Either one.
I don't, but I have faith in the Broncos defense. Their defense has been outstanding this year. I just think they're going to be able to get enough stops. I'll take the Broncos to win and cover.
I'm going to go with you on that. Are we looking at 42 or lower than that? Because I think it should be lower.
41.5. So it is a little bit lower.
Okay. That's about right where it should be. Yep. Okay. Next game.
Dallas Cowboys at Minnesota Vikings. Cowboys 1 point favorites and even at 1.5 on some sports books right now.
Gosh, this is like a push to me. I literally see this game being like a 1 point game. Oh, gosh. You like Minnesota outright, don't you?
My gut says that Dallas is going to win this game, to be honest with you. I really do. But every time I look at the matchups, I think Minnesota's better here. Their quarterback's playing better. They've got maybe the best receiver in football. So I really, really struggle with this game. I'll lean Minnesota, but it won't shock me at all if Dallas just wins this game 31-27.
I'm going to say the same thing about this game I said last week. I have seen Minnesota play this year where they dump out of running the ball, where they have a clear time that they should be running the ball, even against Buffalo. Dalvin Cook had a really good game, but if you look at the number of carries, there were times they should have ran him and they didn't. And that was kind of like Green Bay before they played Dallas. Now, Green Bay flipped that script. If Minnesota flips that script and uses Cook and Madison and they have 35 touches between them, mostly Cook, I think they beat the Cowboys, but I can't trust that they're going to do that. I think I'm going to go with you on this one. I'm going to take the Cowboys here on the road. This is a huge game, by the way. Huge game. By the way, Dallas has played very well against Minnesota in recent vintage.
Yeah, maybe they should play Cooper Rush. They beat him last year with Rush. They beat him the year before with Andy Dalton. It's a joke.
Don't poo-poo Cooper Rush again. I think everyone that listens to Locked On Cowboys knows how you feel. He played great against Minnesota last year.
Next game.
Don't tell me it was all trick plays and Cedric Wilson.
Next game. Okay. Cincinnati Bengals at the Pittsburgh Steelers. This line started the week at 4.5 Bengals. Okay. It is down to Bengals -2.
I like the Bengals at that. I don't like the -4.5. I'll take the Bengals to win and cover.
I will take the Steelers to win and cover at home.
I knew you were going to do that.
They beat him in week 1 in Cincinnati. They forced 5 turnovers, and that was with Jamar Chase having a monster game. No Jamar Chase in this one.
We don't know that for sure. He hasn't been ruled out, I don't think.
No,
isn't he just doubtful?
Zach Taylor said that they're looking ahead to like the 27th as the next time that they could potentially get him on the field.
Okay. I'm gonna stick with the Bengals on this one, man. They win by field goal.
Sounds good. Chiefs at Chargers, the Sunday night football game. Chiefs 6.5 point favorites. I will take the Chiefs all day to cover that spread.
I will too. Patrick Mahomes has been, I think, relatively consistent. Now they do have a little issue. Juju Smith-Schuster may not be available for this game. I believe he's in concussion protocol, isn't he? Yep. Juju. Yep. You might say, well, that's not a huge injury. Actually, he's been pretty productive for that team this year. Ended up being a good acquisition. I think you were wrong on that one.
Yeah, he's not completely washed.
I was just about, before you made that snide remark, I was about to give you credit because you did a really good job picking games last week. You outpicked me last week, which is, it's like saying a bald eagle, but or a brown locust.
Chiefs will win and cover. Last game.
Yeah, I'm with you.
San Francisco 49ers at Arizona Cardinals. The 49ers are 8 point favorites. And my favorite quote of the week comes from Cliff Kingsbury. He said, we're hopeful that one of Kyler Murray or Colt McCoy is healthy enough to play. We'll play whoever's healthier.
I'll tell you right now, you're going to laugh at me. Colt McCoy plays this game. 49ers don't cover. They don't because, okay, hold on.
I think they cover either way.
Hold on, Mr. Fancy Pants. This is what, first of all, when a coach says that, if we're just talking about gambling your money, if I hear a coach say that, you walk away from this game. If you have absolute uncertainty about who's playing at quarterback, I think you walk away. Now, Marcus says it doesn't matter who plays. 49ers are winning on the road by 8 points or more. But last year, people were saying the same thing. The Cardinals went in to San Francisco with Colt McCoy at quarterback, and they destroyed the 49ers.
To be fair, that was also against Trey Lance.
No, Trey Lance played in the game in Arizona. He did not play in the game in San Francisco.
Didn't Colt McCoy play that game as well?
I don't think so. I think it was Kyler versus Trey Lance, and it was Colt McCoy. Right. Here's why I'm saying
I'm fact checking it right now. Go ahead.
You fact check me. I'm pretty sure Colt McCoy, I said this on the last podcast, I think he went 2-1 as a Cardinal starter last year. And one of the wins was a big win at San Francisco. And he played great. Unless my memory is totally jacked, Colt McCoy is not going to go ahead.
So Colt McCoy played in the game home against Arizona or home against the 49ers. He was 22 of 26, 249 yards and a touchdown. Garoppolo did play that game. I was wrong.
This is a real, guys. I just want everyone to mark the date down.
It's fine.
Brinks, can we get some kind of graphic? That is the first time Marcus has ever said I was wrong.
I was wrong. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't bet on this on this spread. What's our total on this, Marcus?
Higher than I thought, 43.5.
Oof. What do you think of that? Could you see this game? If the 49ers do win, I'm thinking like 23-13.
I would be inclined to take the under here.
I would too. I'd be more inclined to take the under than to bet on this with uncertainty at quarterback. If Kyler Murray plays this game, I don't know. I might take the 49ers to win by 8. I'm kind of with Marcus on Kyler Murray right now. I'm a little bit out on Kyler Murray culture at this point. So we'll see.
Let's go through the games really quickly. Titans at Packers. We both like the Packers to win and cover. Bears at Falcons. I like the Bears to win and cover. What about you?
Yeah, I'm going with you on that.
All right. Browns at Bills. We both like the Bills to win, but we're staying away from that spread. Eagles, Colts, same thing. We like the Eagles to win, but maybe stay away. Jets, Patriots. Hammer the Patriots -3 against the Jets. Rams, Saints. We kind of hate this game. We're picking the Saints to win, but don't bet on that spread unless you want to take the Rams side. Lions, Giants. We both like the Giants to win and cover.
Fun watch. Super fun watch. Sorry.
We both like the Giants to win. We have a little bit of faith there. Panthers, Ravens. We both like the Panthers to cover, but the Ravens to win. Commanders, Texans. I like the Texans to cover, but we both like the Commanders to win outright. Raiders, Broncos. You got to be a complete degenerate to watch this game unless you're a Raiders or Broncos fan. Even then, we like the Broncos to win and cover. Cowboys, Vikings. I'm going to pick the Vikings to win at home. I'm going to show some faith in my guy, Kirk Cousins. You're going to pick the Cowboys to win.
You just said you were picking the Cowboys.
No, I said my gut says to pick the Cowboys. My brain says to pick the Vikings.
It's sizable, everybody. So you might trust it.
Bengals at Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers to win and cover. You are taking Bengals to win. You want to pick the Bengals to cover? You want to have some guts?
Oh, no, I'm not the one that has guts. I'll take the Bengals to win, and I'm going to pull a Marcus Coward act.
All right, fine. Chiefs, Chargers. We both like the Chiefs to win and cover. 49ers, Cardinals. I like the 49ers to win and cover. Elliot likes the 49ers to win. But if Colt McCoy starts, he's taking the Cards to cover.
Yeah, and I will take the Bengals to cover in that game. So we have a few differences. Cowboys, Vikings, Cardinals, 49ers, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Houston, Washington. And I think we differed on one more. But cookies, I can't remember it now. How's that for some displaying some good memory technique? Marcus, I'm going to text you all day. on Sunday when Detroit's playing Giants. Stream of consciousness tweets about the Giants offense, about Daniel Jones. You love those tweets, or those texts rather. Mm-hmm. I know you're really going to be watching that game. You're just saying that because you're a hater and you want the Giants to lose. The Giants are 7-2, bro. They're going to be 8-2.
I know. Yeah.
And they're going to finish 11-6. There's no getting
the 6-4 Cowboys hosting the 8-2 Giants on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys are going to be like 7-point favorites. It's going to make no sense.
I know, it's crazy. I hope the Cowboys don't wear their navy blues at home.
They're wearing their white helmets.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. I can get behind that. Okay. Before we go, very important stuff here. Top 3 Tom Cruise movies. Does Cocktail make the list?
Cocktail is number 2. Again, I'm not going by best movies, but my favorite Tom Cruise movies. Cocktail is number 2. Jerry Maguire is at number 1 because, of course, it has to be at number 1, right? Number 3. Does Top Gun make the list?
Which one?
I haven't seen the new one. Yeah, I'm still saving it. I'm saving it. I'm going Days of Thunder at number 3.
All right, I'm gonna go. This is tough.
Again, those aren't the best Tom Cruise movies. Those are the ones I just enjoy the most.
Yeah, we left off, some obviously really famous ones, from the Mission Impossibles to Interview with the Vampire. But one of the ones that you didn't miss, or that you didn't mention, my favorite Tom Cruise movie is probably Last Samurai.
That's a good one.
I'm probably going to go, this is total nostalgia because Top Gun Maverick would be my 3rd, and this is a better movie than my 2nd. But Risky Business, man.
Yeah, you got to put that in there.
If you grew up when I grew up, that was like legendary. So everybody had a crush on Rebecca De Mornay. I know you don't know who that is, but
I almost put Austin Powers when he's in Goldmember just a little bit at the beginning.
And we're talking about Tom Cruise's best acting role. I think it's Tropic Thunder.
It's a good one. Yeah.
Where he's an exec. But did you ever see Risky Business?
Yeah, of course.
It makes the diving catch of the egg, you know, so it doesn't crack.
Do you know how many times I did the Risky Business slide into my kitchen? Just socks it.
Yeah. I love Bob Seger. I don't like that song. Old Time Rock and Roll.
It's okay. We need to go.
Oh, and if you're a Revenge of the Nerds fan, Booger from Revenge of the Nerds was Tom Cruise's buddy who had a trig final, but they were getting chased by Guido the Pimp in Risky Business. So good for all of you to know. My brother wants us to do a separate podcast on Brady Bunch episodes, like maybe ranking the top 5. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but
there's nobody's going to be interested in that. There's zero chance.
All right. We're going to rock and roll out of here, but we appreciate you guys sticking with us through the hiccups because of the weather where Marcus lives. Hope everybody is safe out there in Pennsylvania. Lots and lots of snow. You can follow Marcus at, it's Marcus _motion.
There you go.
The underscore gets me every time. I used to have it and I took it out of my Twitter handle. Also, you can follow him at Locked On Cowboys with Landon McCool. Give Landon McCool a follow. He also covers the Raiders for USA Today, even though he doesn't want to watch their football games.
No, I'm not going to.
I am at Harrison NFL on Twitter. We really appreciate you guys. Enjoy your weekend of football, and we will talk to you Monday night. See y'all. Maybe Thursday night.
We'll see.